Shalom, shalom, beloved, and welcome to rYse Radio, a ministry of RBM, where it is our duty to equip and empower you to help prosper you in the Most High Yah and bring together Zion in one mind and on one accord. And our King and our Messiah, Yahshua, the line of Yehuda, Judah. My name is Loe, and it's a pleasure to be with you all here today for just brief commentary. I know it's been a while since I spoke with you all, and we appreciate the prayers. We appreciate the words of encouragement. And just wanted to stop by real quick. Matter of fact, I'm supposed to be at work, but like I said, I felt like I just needed to jump on here shortly and just encourage Zion and encourage Israel. Um, you know, um, with this brief commentary. Of course, today is not the Shabbat. It was Thursday evening, this past Thursday evening to Friday, and as always, we sound the trumpets, put out a meditation. We can't do a live commentary, and hopefully, you all are encouraged by the meditations because they are by design. They're by the Most High's design. I believe it, every one of them. And I'm blessed by them myself. They encourage me, and again, I hope they encourage you all. It's funny because the last time um, I did a prayer meditation, and we were, speaking on the psychology of waiting, right? And so it was my first time, really doing like a video. It wasn't live. It was recorded live, but and the funny thing is that toward the end of it, um, when I was doing the quote unquote benediction or what have you, uh, the sound went out, right? And so like I said, I find that funny because it's kind of, it was kind of symbolic, or, you know, it um, kind of exemplified like what I'm dealing with personally, right? And um, you know, when they say someone's being muzzled, right? Someone is being blacklisted, maybe, because the work has definitely been attacked. I mean, since I started 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago with this work. I mean, I've been doing ministry since I was 19, 20 years old. But really getting into waking up Zion, it's been a little over 10 years now. And we've been doing this YouTube channel for the last few years, growing it, building things up. And I mean, there have been several attacks, like I said, since I began this work, and it was almost like maybe I shouldn't have began it when I did, but there was such a sense of urgency because of what's going on in the world. I saw um, the sixth trumpet manifesting. I saw, um, even in my early years as a young minister, elder, and studying things like Revelations, Daniel, um, the prophets, pretty much. And, I felt that during that time, when I started this journey here, um, waking up our people, that it was important to speak on the trumpets and the era that we're living in right now. And as we see, things are fastly coming to pass, Um, it was important to share that urgency because we have to prepare as a people. And many of our people still aren't in position to be self-sufficient, you know, um, to be able to handle something like that, you know. Um, and so, Like I said, I don't have too much time today to get into it. We do have write-ups on the website. I'm not sure if you noticed, but the website was like down for a few months, a couple, at least 2 months. One of the challenges we had, we cover our expenses, pay for the resources we use here to get the word out. And so, like I said, many things have been attacked. I've shared some things that's happened over the years. I mean, I've lost lots of money doing this work, and standing on truth, like for real. But like, and even here in the state, my finances were attacked, and um, going 2 years because during the pandemic, you know, many couldn't work, right? And I did work for a little while. However, because of the pandemic, I was laid off twice. I was doing data management, enterprise management, and and so it was challenging. And I know the scripture says we're supposed to forgive, you know, and that's kind of like the thing, like with what we've been through as a people. Not being restored, not being repaired for the damage that was done to us for those centuries of enslavement. And after that, Reconstruction, Jim Crow, all of those things piled up on us, but we still came out of that, right? And praise the Most High for that, man. It just shows how He's with us. And however, how can you really forgive someone for an act if that act continues to impact your life? You know, like the effects of slavery or our enslavement here is residual, and so every day you're dealing with some um, you're dealing with um, what happened to us in some way, the trauma, right? And so, again, I know at one time I was really praying to the Most High for vengeance. Vengeance belongs to Him, and He delivered that. I'm still waiting on justice, and He's still fighting for His people. I believe He's fighting for me as well. And it's been an interesting year because we saw in the last few years how the Most High was sending his heavenly hosts, his angelic forces, his soldiers um, out to battle. We saw um, the angelic activities in the forms of storms, and the Most High was really also confirming things, right? As we were observing these Shabbats, we saw all of these different events happen. And like I said, when that happened to me, I saw angels moving and fighting, on my behalf. And I'm not bragging or boasting. I'm really trying to get to see. I'm really trying to get you, Zion, to see the power that's in you. I always say that. And like I said before, um, I didn't, you know, when the Most High judges, He judges, and I'm not going to debate Him on it. In some cases I may ask or say, hey, look, because one thing I realize is that the Most High always vindicates His servant. He always fights for His servants. He always gives them justice and brings judgment to those who oppose them. And you know, I just saw how some of the judgments that were occurring in this state, it was affecting our people, you know. And like I said, I have family here. I have family across the country, and so it wasn't just about my family. It was about our extended family, our people, and and I asked him to be more precise about it. You understand? Because the powers that be don't care about collateral damage, right? And so again, I felt like I was muzzled in that situation, and I've been quiet for the last month or so, since the last time I did that prayer meditation, because sometimes you have to move in silence. You have to let the Most High talk. You know, and we see how all of this angelic activity that was happening here for the last few years has moved overseas. I mean, and the Most High has been moving and fighting, moving and shaking things up, literally. You know, earthquakes in diverse places, floods. You can look them all up. It was Libya with the flood, Morocco with the earthquakes. Um, I think they had an earthquake yesterday on the west coast, but that's kind of normal. A couple of days ago, what have you. And I don't put too much thought in it. I let the Most High do His thing, and it's really time for us to really try to get together, man, because we still kind of all over the place as a people, man. We really got to kind of figure out a way to get together and unify, you know, because I believe in the Most High's mission to not only restore Israel, um, it's also about restoring His creation. I believe that, and building a kingdom and a place of refuge for all nationalities who come and submit themselves to the Most High Yah. All right. And so here, I have this image of, how they treated our ancestors. You see the two muzzled there. We see the old man there. One of um, one of our elders um, with this device around his neck that was designed to keep our enslaved people from resting. I mean, how diabolical that is, man. I can drive you crazy, man. Um, then, of course, the muzzle there, like you would a dog or an ox, to keep them from using their mouth. Here in this case, you had a lot of our ancestors who worked in the sugarcane fields, and they, as a punishment, they would muzzle them, and they couldn't eat. And that's a lot of hard work out there in that heat. Some of our ancestors used to take the sugar cane and take a piece and suck on it, to give them a little energy, keep them going. And they couldn't even, you know, do that. So it was a way to keep them from eating. And in our world, in our um, generations today, when you say, you're eating, that means you're living. You're making bread, you're making money, and so um, that was again a way to keep them from being nourished, right? And when you're nourished, you grow. Um, and so today, we have the invisible muzzles, right? And it's done in different ways. It's done with sabotaging one's finances, uh, keeping us locked out or keeping us out of certain opportunities, um, especially when you're speaking truth to power. And I really don't understand what's the problem with the ministry work I do here. I know I talk a lot about how we're supposed to be, when we're supposed to observe our Shabbats, um, our feast days, and even though we're living in the time of grace, whereas the Most High knows our conditions, I believe we should be moving toward worshiping the Most High the way He designed it. And there are scriptures that say the Most High hates our Shabbats. He hates the new moons. That's because our people hated them. Like, our people didn't care about it. Like, we took it for granted, you know. And which is why we're here in this situation right now. However, if we desire to worship Him in spirit and in truth, then He will accept when we observe the Shabbats. Even though we may have to work, um, we're still praying and asking the Most High to get us in a position of financial independence where we can um, honor Him on the days appointed. And so those scriptures are taken out of context. Um, and again, it's because we didn't appreciate um, those gathering times and appreciate our appointment, with the Most High. And that's, and that's why he said what he said. He said, "I hate your Shabbats, I hate your new moon." And he said, "Your," notice he said your Shabbats, and not mine, right? So, because like I said, it is a divine appointment. It is a divine appointment. So, yeah, and like I said, besides that, I know it's kind of shaking things up a bit because this world is fixed to this Gregorian calendar. But this ministry is designed to not only wake up Zion and help restore our people. It's about restoring the Most High's creation. So why would they hate on this type of ministry? And I know I kind of came out strong talking about the 6 trumpets. You understand? Probably scaring people to death. You understand? Good. That will make one think and make one say, okay, well, what I need to do to get myself together and to make sure I dodge this line of fire coming from heaven. You understand? And so that's we're about shalom here, man. So if you oppress this, you really just putting yourself in the line of fire. Whenever you oppress the Most High's people, whenever you do something against His elect, against His anointed, you just putting yourself in the line of fire for the Most High's judgment. So yeah, and so like I said, I thought that was interesting how the last prayer meditation I did toward the end, the sound just went out, and it's just indicative of a lot of what I've been experiencing. And I don't like coming on here complaining. I like to come on here and encourage the people, speak the Most High's word, and I think that's very important for us to continue to do, because whenever we speak the Most High's word and we teach His people, not only are His sheep listening, but the Most High and all of the heavenly hosts are listening. They bear witness of what we say, what we teach, and that's why it's important to have sound doctrine and teach these commandments, the instruction of our Messiah sincerely, and do the best we can to walk in them, because we're held accountable for what we teach. And again, all of the heavens are bearing witness of what's happening. And so when we put His word, when we speak His word, we're activating something. Where angels start moving when we speak the Most High's word. You better believe that. Angels start moving. You understand? So with that said, I just want to read the scripture here we shared for last week's meditation. Let's see. All right, and it says here, "To you, my King, I lift up my soul, my Elohim. I have trusted in you. Don't let me be ashamed. Don't let my enemies triumph over me. Yes, no one who waits for you will be ashamed." And what we've been talking about waiting. I don't know if you guys kind of see the themes in the scriptures I share, but they all correlate with one another. You understand? And again, designed to encourage you. So he says, when we wait on Him, we won't be ashamed. Okay, He won't leave us hanging. He won't leave us unanswered. It's going to be in His timing. So that's where patience come in. Then it says they will be ashamed. He said we won't be ashamed, but they will be ashamed who deal treacherously with us without cause. Those are the ones who's going to be ashamed. All right. And then he says, Abba, remember your tender mercies and your loving kindness, for they are from times of old. Don't remember the sins of my youth. He said, remember your mercy. Please don't remember my transgressions. Remember me according to your loving kindness, for your goodness' sake. Abba Yah. Good and upright is the Most High Yah. Therefore, He will instruct sinners in the way. He will guide the humble in justice. So it's being humble being patient, and that's all a part of call. We talked about that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna continue that. Um, so again, he will guide the humble in justice. He will teach the humble his way. All the paths of the Most High Yah are loving kindness and truth to such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. And that's why we encourage you all to take Passover. We always remind you to do it the best we can during the mid-month Shabbats, because the mid-month Shabbat is when our Messiah was crucified during Passover, right? 14 days a month. So if you hadn't taken Passover in a while, make sure you do. Very important, because it's a mark of the covenant, believe it or not. We talked about that. We'll talk about that more. And again, all the paths of the Most High Yah are loving kindness and truth to such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. All right. And then this is King Dawid writing this psalm, of course. And then he says, "The troubles of my heart are enlarged, or they are great." Because King Dawid thought about the people. I know a lot looked at him like he was arrogant or selfish. No, it was just his confidence in the Most High, because he had experienced so much, man. Like King Dawid was something else, you understand? And we don't have time to get into it too much. However, again, he says that the troubles of my heart are great, because he carried the weight of his people on his shoulders. He carried the mission the Most High gave him. And when you think about everything he's been through, you know, and that's what I try to relate to you, Zion, especially Judah. And I know I speak of us being Judah or Yehuda, the Yahudim, which means the kingdom of Judah. We are the kingdom of Judah. We're probably, more than likely, we probably have the blood of all of the 12 tribes in us, to be honest. But we just don't have time to get that in right now. I do know that in the last days, Judah will lead the way. And one thing, like I said, I try to impart with our people is that we are the seed of King David. We are his seed. We all are kings and princes, man. Like Yahshua is our king. And we shouldn't be fighting position. When we understand that, we won't be fighting for position in the kingdom, because in the kingdom we are going to rule as princes under our king Yahshua. It's not going to be one man at the top. It's going to be Yahshua at the top, priest and king. You understand? That's another story, another lesson. However, right now we all have that blood running through our veins, man, and we are children of King Dawid, King Solomon, children of Judah. And so that kingship is on us. I mentioned before, we're royal prisoners of war. We really are. And the world is beginning to identify that. I see a lot of movements with reparations, and we have to get ready for that, man. When the Most High sends the resources, we need to put them in the right place and govern accordingly as princes of the kingdom. All right. So some of us have the calling of a prince. Some of us have the calling of a priest. I believe that all of them are going to come together. But that's another story. I'm already going longer than I should have. But let me continue. Then he says, "Oh, bring me out of my distress. Consider my affliction and my travail. Forgive all my transgressions." Man, that's a lot of us are going through these. A lot of us are going through a lot of things our great grandfather went through, man. Oh, the trials and tribulations that come in life. Don't let them get you down. Think about what our ancestors been through. Then you'll start putting things in perspective. It'll help you keep things moving. You understand? So again, he says, "Consider my affliction and my travail." And David wasn't no punk, man. So when he crying out to the Most High like this, man, he's that man. Dude, a man. You understand? I mean, a bad man. That's in a good way. I mean, he killed Goliath. I'm already all right. And all right. So then he says, "Forgive all my transgressions." All right. Consider my enemies, for there are many. They hate me with cruel hatred. Oh, keep my soul and deliver me. Let me not be disappointed, for I take refuge in you. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait for you. Abba Yah, redeem Israel out of all of his troubles. And so again, we see him in his trouble praying for the people, praying for Israel, okay, to be delivered out of all of his troubles. And I believe that, many of us share that same passion, and we share the same concern for our people. And it's just important to remember to keep integrity the best you can, stay upright, and the Most High will preserve you. Because previously we saw where in the same Psalms 25 where he said that the Most High will lead the humble in his way, right? So when we humble ourselves to the Most High, he's going to lead us in the way, okay? So again, just wanted to do a brief commentary for this past third quarter Shabbat. And of course, we're approaching the fourth quarter Shabbat, the final Shabbat, and after that, the observation of the new Kodesh. All right. But again, I just wanted to cover this real quick. When they treat you like niggers, move like a ninja. All right. When they treat you like move like a ninja. All right. Move in silence. What's that Hebrew? What's that in Hebrew? That's ayin. Okay. Ayin is pretty much one of the attributes or one of the meanings of ayin is silence. It's the eye. It's the pictograph of it is an eye, right? And the eye doesn't talk; it just sees, right? So you continue to observe what's your surroundings, what's going on. The main thing, observe the word, right? Stay in the word. Then let the Most High fight for you. Just let the Most High do his thing, because he is fighting for us, and he's fighting for us in ways that a lot of us don't even realize, So yeah, again, just wanted to share that because, when I sound them trumpets, I'm really not being quiet. I'm still doing the work. I just don't always have the opportunity to come before you. Because of just different challenges. But again, please continue to pray for us. We do appreciate that, and we'll continue to pray for you all and bring the word of the Most High, all right, the way we do it. And so real quick, if you haven't prayed the prayer of salvation, we encourage you to do so. And it simply goes, Heavenly Father, praise your name. Forgive me for my transgressions. Have mercy on my soul. Come into my heart and dwell in me. I confess Yahshua is my King and Deliverer, my Redeemer, who will restore his people and manifest his kingdom. So be it. And if you prayed this for the first time, we encourage you. We praise the Most High for you. And we encourage you to subscribe to the channel and like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you get those notifications so when these meditations come out, you'll have access to them. And again, we do praise the Most High for you. All right. So yeah. If you are impacted by what we do here, if these messages encourage you, we do ask that you support the work if you can. Again, prayers help. There's a link on the website. We also have an address if you want to mail correspondence as well. You can do so because we need all the help we can get. I mean, doing this work, it's a big work. It's not. It's going to take a collective. And I always said my position here was more of like an evangelistic one, encouraging leadership encouraging our brothers out here doing the work. And we're going to continue to do it the best we can. Just don't muzzle the ox. You understand? Don't muzzle the ox, man. Because I believe one day we're going to come together as a nation the way we should. It's just a matter of time, man. We're really close to it. We're really close. So more commentaries coming soon, the most high willing. And again, we're going to continue the talk on cacao, the psychology of waiting, because there's more to that. There's more to that. And shout out to Marvel for the Hawk there. And the ninja was like, Ninja Gaiden. I don't know if you guys ever. I kind of borrowed that image. Where is it? Let's see. Okay, yeah, I borrowed that image from Ninja Gaiden. But if you're in the video games, you know about that, man. It's you know, be careful with some of that content though, because but it's a well-made game. I say that, man. It kind of reminds me of how people used to cut up things back in the day, man. Like there wasn't no guns or anything like that, man. We were about that sword play. You understand? We was about that sword play, and what made us so dominant, right? Is that when we went to war, you had the drums, boom, 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 boom. So we was out there dancing on the field. Hee hee. I mean, think about Michael Jackson with sword play, or this is they don't understand, man. Like a lot of that stuff, martial arts, it comes from us, and we was something else, man. However, again, that's another story. And so yeah, we're gonna go, man, because I had to get back to work. But again, we do praise the Most High for you, man. And just when there's nothing to say, just let the Most High speak. Move with the flow, move like water. Sometimes you got to stand still and let the Most High will, and let His will be done, and you continue to stay in the cut, stay in the trenches, stay humble under His wing, and in due time He will renew your strength. All right. So all right, beloved, as always, take it one day at a time. We love you here. The Most High loves you. And so you stay encouraged. And till the next time we meet, may the Most High bless you and keep you, protect you, sustain you, and guard you. May the Most High make His face to shine upon you with favor and be gracious to you, surrounding you with loving kindness. May the Most High lift up His countenance upon you with divine approval and give you shalom. Peace and blessings.